Oh God, these photos are boring. They're the same old thing. Can we do anything new? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about how to get rid of the stereotypical photos. I have 8 quick tips, 8 kind of things that you should look out for when thinking about taking a picture and hopefully doing something more creative. So let's not be stereotypical. Let's try something new. One of the biggest things, and that's why it's number one, is an unimaginative subject. You're taking a shot. You're not actually making a shot, which is the difference. When you take a shot, it's just a snapshot, and it's called a snapshot for a reason. You just click, oh, I got something. No, photography is an art. You want to make something, so that's why you go to the effort of using composition, tips, depth of field, everything. You just got to be creative. So, I could have easily have made this video of just me in a very tight shot, close up, number 1, number 2, number 3. But no, I wanted to include this beautiful area, kind of use rule of thirds and everything, and just kind of have fun with it. And it adds more to something. Your eye will develop over time. It's something you're not going to get right away. You have to learn the basics as well. So get a little more creative with your work. Avoid the stereotypical, I'm taking a shot. Instead, make a shot, put thought in it. It's an art. Oh gosh, that's blinding, that's bright. Oh, what am I talking about? Lens flare. The overuse of lens flare is huge and something that is probably 90% of the time a mistake. Lens flare is basically when, beams of light are hitting your lens in a way that you see a streak of light basically, and it's mainly because, you're kind of pointing your lens in the wrong direction. You're not using a lens hood, which is formed to your lens, so that way these lights don't interfere with your photo, or these beams of light don't interfere with your photo. Once again, they're mainly a mistake, but you have to understand why you're using them. A lot of people try to use them because, I was trying to make my subject look interesting. Well, if you have to do that, that's not a good thing. Maybe your subject is not that interesting. So do something a little more creative. Now you could do this to where maybe you see the flare going through the back, or maybe you could frame them with 2 beams or something like that. All depends on how it's hitting your lens and coming through to your sensor. So really watch what you're doing with lens flare. So my advice is to use a lens hood most of the time unless you really know what you're doing. Get a little more creative. The worst time of day to try and do something just normal is midday. It's when the harshest sun is out. One of the greatest times you can do it without a lens, or get maybe a lens hood or something more interesting, is do it around the golden hour, towards the evening, when the sun isn't so high and so bright. Number 3, forget sepia, monotone, monochrome, black and white. Everyone just says, hey, here's a picture, here's it in black and white. Shoving it in your face, it's interesting, right? Well, not necessarily, no. Do you understand why you use black and white? Do you understand just the point of it in general? The whole point, like sepia, is to give it more of an older feel, not just you throw it on a filter and hopefully that it looks good. No, black and white is used to convey emotion. You take some photos, apart just from editing in general, maybe if they're a bad color or anything, you take some photos that actually, they're proven better in black and white than in color. It's all about feel. It's all just up to the photographer themselves, but don't just do it to do it, give it meaning. This one drives me crazy. Man. And it is combining color and black and white. Selective color. You just don't do it. It looks horrible. Your pictures look like crap. First of all, you're trying to make the subject look interesting once again when it's not. You really got to learn just not to do it. Just don't do it at all, please, because it's a distraction. And this is also a huge one that a ton of people fall under, and it's avoiding those large, unnecessary logos and watermarks, because I'm Boston, watermarks that all of a sudden just appear over your photo. You have to get out of that mentality. First of all, it's on Facebook. No matter what, they're going to use the image anyway, and it looks terrible. Their uploading is horrible. Even high quality looks terrible. So you shouldn't even present anything to a client or anything over Facebook or anything anyway. You have to learn the difference between watermarks and proof. I'll put a link here showing basically kind of what a watermark is, how you should use it, and definitely how you should not use it. But nothing scream amateur or I don't know what I'm doing than blasting a watermark right here when you're just destroying your subject. And trust me, that photo of your dog eating dog food with your cat next to it, I don't care. I'm not going to steal it anyway. First of all, if you know how to do photo restoration or anything in general, you can remove a watermark or anything like that anyway. in less than 5 minutes. So it's really not worth your time, and it looks stupid. 95% of HDR looks stupid. It looks overplayed, it's oversaturated, it's not professional looking, it looks terrible. People do it on people. You don't do it. They're mainly for landscape. It kind of goes back to the zone system of Ansel Adams, basically, 0, 1, and plus 10 and everything like that, trying to get out the dynamic range, hence what HDR stands for. You're trying to get more detail out of something. Some of it can look good. The 5% or 10% of what, the 5% might look decent. You might do something cool with the sky, but it's just so overplayed, and you don't do them with pets and people or anything like that, because there's really no extreme detail to bring out in those people. So HDR, extremely stereotypical, just don't do it. Once again, if you have to make your subject look interesting, then this probably isn't as good either. You shoot the camera either horizontally or vertically. You don't do it in the middle. Basically what I mean is a Dutch angle. It doesn't look good. You're tilting the camera to try to make the subject look interesting when they're not. It's a really specialized thing. It's really used in the film industry or to try to add a special dramatic effect. So once again, 95% of the time when people use this, they don't understand what they're actually using. They don't understand the purpose of using the Dutch or the tilted angle. So unless it's really, really specialized, avoid these high winds, avoid using, that Dutch angle, shoot vertically, shoot horizontally, and that's enough said. This one is true, photo titles. If you have to actually sit there and write a novel, give a very, very specific title to something, it's not a great photo. You're not telling the story. Now, it could look great, but you're not telling the photo. You could have done everything correctly. But the whole purpose of a photo is to capture a moment, to say something with the photo. That's what makes it art. That's what makes it interesting. So the photo should speak for itself. It should include the environment, and it should capture the essence of the person inside of it. These are 8 ways to not take stereotypical photos in hopes to progress your eye and develop everything and to do something a little more creative and not as common. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye, telling you to not do as common things. Go out there, progress. It's an art. Have some fun with it. Tell a story. Do something new. Try something new, even if it's out of your comfort zone. That's all I got for you today. Don't be as stereotypical. Do something less commonness.